Not bragging.
Yo, we're doing.
So get everyone's attention for a second, just so you know, the chapter is going to pay for some of the beer tonight. Some of the beer. We'll see what the secretary treasurer says. So for right now, we're getting 3 pitchers of Bud Light to
So
start.
anybody who works at the D2 or D1 level, if for every game you get me at the next level, you get a pitcher of beer. I drive a hard bargain.
Like that interface? Seems well. I mean, it does the job, you know. But
Yeah. For those of you who did not join us here at Needwood, it's unfortunate because the chapter's buying beer. Sorry. Yep. Shit. Yes. Yes, you are.
So did you get it?
I have it somewhere. I just can't even have it. Yeah, I
Just wondering.
I think the thought from leadership was just not gonna do it. So
We're not going to do it.
you can talk to Stronger about that. That's not my decision, man. So when he gets here to talk to him, yeah. Okay. Guys, you guys can do me a favor and sign in, please. What's up, man?
How you doing?
All right.
Good.
Congrats on your assignments.
Appreciate it. Thanks for putting this all together.
It is what it is, man. So I'm happy with how the Tom Beard website turned out.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good.
So I spent more time on it than I wanted to. Let's put it that way. for what you guys paid for it, I spent way more time on it. Because I'm sitting there playing around with it. I'm like, I want it to be faster. Let's make it faster. So let's put it on a content distribution. Let's put it on Amazon for content distribution and all that stuff.
That's cool. It looks really good.
I was happy with that turnout. So then, of course, Pat's immediately throwing, okay, so when are we doing MBFO? I'm like, you tell me. Sam, you're not going to be on there, buddy. Don't worry about it.
How'd your season go?
Not bad. Not bad. No complaints. Lots of work. It's actually not over yet. I Strawder threw some of that FBU stuff at me for Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I got 4 games back to back at Mount Vernon now.
Hey, works hard, man.
Are you doing like
No.
Okay.
No, I mean I'm like an aviation geek. I can't afford to have a pilot's license. That's the only difference. I know too much about it, so I as soon as it happened, I'm like, I'm pulling the tapes because I knew where they were, and I clipped it up and I'm like, this is, and if I had to guess, he ate a goose. He ate a goose.
Oh, okay.
They said no.
That's my guess.
They said no burger.
Yeah, but they said it can go on anything in there. How far away was that from here?
From here, as a crow flies, about 2 or 3 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you go out here, down across the lake and up to Muncaster Mill, and then go up about 1.5 miles or 2 miles, it's where the airport is. And it's just on the north side of the airport.
That sucks.
Wife and 2 kids in the house.
Somebody I know, a school friend of mine worked with her.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you just go directly into the house?
No, it based on where the crash is, he was about 300 or 400 yards off the left side of the approach, so he would have had to do like this. He would have banked hard left, because again, if he ate something in his left engine, he would have had thrust that would have done that. So yeah, that's rough.
That's
All right, where the hell's the food? It's supposed to be here, Tim. It's over there.
I don't know that now. You chased me away.
I think mine would be already.
For some reason, I think it's so hard to be sorry. Is that something to do with Funny, when Army was coming here,
You know that, I think to Sarah too. I would say even when you have
Doc runs out. Yeah, it's like 50 of them. Right on the ball. It's like, might have been more than that. All I have to do is duck. I mean, they literally rushed the
I say we disperse.
You probably
Did you guys hear?
My question is, why was it coming up against me?
I got 2 pieces.
Okay, Joe.
Danny.
No, no such thing.
I guess.
Hey, none of it's mine.
Yeah, I grew up had them early in the year. Holidays over with, it's still fog.
The last play I saw, she's taking her
Good to meet you. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Learning experience. Nothing else. I don't think it was and I hadn't been back to
That was low. Running 60, 70% all the time. Now it's on. It doesn't matter what it's you got none of this. Somebody play right up there. Be honest.
The ball pops up. Goes in the end zone.
Last guy's got in. I mean, even the high school games, it comes back. We're getting 95. And then I look at Davies game, we just have to get they held the idea is, we have 100 states where they change. Two huge mistakes.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to flip the script just a little bit here. We're going to eat first and be second. So, come and get some food.
Four more years. One second, we got some food.
I'll try to figure out if I can
mess it up. And you have to cry inside. I want to make this serious. If anyone would be offended by us blessing the food, we won't do it.
Bless it.
Yeah, I got it. Here we go. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this season. We thank you for promotions, demotions, and commotions. They've all made us who we are. Bless this food, let it be nourishment to our body. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
You really want to move back to London? Second question. Work your favorite position. Still get the 87. Two trains out of there. Up here, still going. Two runs out of there. That's kind of what I'm doing.
It's all right. It's self-insured by Uncle Sam.
You didn't play
So that's got me a little bugged. I talked to Bill in the house. Yeah, I'll explain that. I'll let it all wash out. Out there? No. It's an Indiana business accent. It's not me. I can use my jackpot. This slate is not clean. Trust me.
I'm running back.
Not clean. Listen, it never goes away. I'm telling you it goes away. It never goes away.
It's not like your wife saying it's not the job. Huh? Don't worry about that. I'll do it later.
They pay for your suits?
Huh?
They pay for your suits?
No.
I'm in the back.
I'm on the way home yesterday, and Arbiter throws me an email saying, "You've been invited to join this group." I'm like,
Yeah. I didn't get to say formally.
Yeah, you were bringing tables.
Trying to get things going.
Yeah. Thanks for the location again.
If you want to do the spring time, you want to play golf. You know,
that fell apart last year. Nobody wanted to play.
Well, it ended up 2 guys showed up. 2 guys did show up.
I couldn't do it because of the move, but we're done moving, so
Well, I mean, if you, I'm just saying, if you want to do it, you can let me know.
well, the other thing was the date change. There was a date change.
That was this meeting last year. Yeah, this meeting went on. This meeting went on a Tuesday last year. So they couldn't get the room.
The date or the time change.
I don't know.
Something happened, you got a new boss.
Oh, I did. I got a new lady. Well, no, we had something going on that day. We had to change it to.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, we had something, scheduled ahead of us.
Right.
We had a banquet. That's what well, yeah, we get on the schedule first.
Yeah, just what did we do? The second.
I'll say it was the 12th of May, so it's going to be second Wednesday.
Whatever you all say.
Yeah, I'll shoot you an email. We'll get it squared away. We'll nail it down early. Yeah, it just actually worked out well because I don't have anywhere to be on Saturday. Let's see. So you coming?
Yeah, I missed a few times.
Are you working? Well, I'm backfilling.
What's the agenda?
You guys haven't started yet?
No.
Eat first.
Yeah, we flipped it. We flipped it and put food at the top.
Well, I figure this. All the information.
It's not going to take very long. Once everybody gets some food, we can just.
Yeah. The opening comments and the director's updates are going to be like, we should be done with that in about 40 seconds.
I'm going to get through the books in a minute.
Yeah, and that'll be back to record.
We bought the first couple of pictures.
Well, I think we agreed to that.
Yeah, we did. The food ended up being a little more expensive than I wanted it to be. I think it ended up being about $1,300, and then we tipped the guy $50 for working 100%.
He's down in Florida.
Like I said, we have them on, so it's okay.
Bill! Good! You ride up with Cannon? Was that you in the back seat? What?
I asked him if it was him, and he said, yeah. Why were you hiding?
Because I knew you guys were out there.
The dates are so okay.
Always a last right here. Cannon, how are we doing? Say Bob.
Danny didn't do it.
Sample it to the
I don't have a map.
Marking the territory again.
We marked it.
I'm gonna make space for him to make his pitch.
I talked to Joe last week.
Was that right?
On the phone, he called me to the championship game.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah, I was on cruise. Right. That's right. I said, Joe, you're on the microphone. Oh, I know. So you're going on the microphone? No problem. Yeah.
Well, Saturday. Yeah. You should have all this year. I didn't either at this point. So I didn't know. I mean, I knew Northwest was going to have anybody going to have a Dunbar, Ken Island, Mike, he had that game. You know, because dying good house.
So you.
Where's today's in this round? It's going to run the drive.
Yeah.
How's the season? That's good.
Remind me if Dwayne comes through. You can't even. I thought about solutions on there. I basically don't have
We never did this. Various times.
You have any doctor? You called me today, asked me to bring the flag. That's why I'm arguing people for my hat space. Y'all sure you could bring 10 people? And I hope, you know, I have space for 75. I have 65 or I thought maybe
Raise that horn and go.
Right, Wesley?
I wasn't going there. We will.
Someone else in there. You don't have to be friends. You just gotta let someone else sit at your table. Just trying to squeeze chairs in wherever we can.
See prices out. See prices out.
Is he really?
Well, the Lamb found out that he was missing 8 practices on all 6 to keep touch with my brother. That are very neat to this.
This is Wisconsin, Indiana, Connecticut, and Maryland. Where is we at? Indiana. Indiana.
Actually, have another mile, see if it's true. That's
It looks like simple elimination.
You had a few to losers bracket last week.
This week, I think, if you come all the way from Massachusetts, we go to play one game.
Somebody's got to win. This is like an all-star team.
Obviously, whoever was in charge the week before.
That's good kids. They were busy with
You know, and I swore off of youth football after working one day with Jimmy at South Germantown Rec Park. Them parents standing over my shoulder the entire damn time, threatening to follow me by car. Here I'm like a 24-year-old. We ain't having this. And this is real deal. It's like working a varsity game. Hey, animated is fine. I can deal with animated. I can't deal with a parent standing over my shoulder. Which is, you know, back then when I was on the wing, you know, it's a little different. Now they got to be on the field before they get in my ear. That's a problem. That's right. I'm not soft. You mean like play clock? It's all good.
We worked on
It's like an art of bad. Hey, Luke. Hey, sweet Luke. Hey, I actually see you. Girl needs to see you.
Whether they were the ones you called or the ones you did, you want
She goes to Kyle. That's all. I got a chair here. I strongly encourage seconds. I don't want to take any of this crap home. No.
never referred to as traffic.
I was told last year when I got elected that we had to have this again, or I wasn't going to get elected. That was a condition of my election.
Yeah. Doing good. The order from I did not receive any nomination, so I did not. I didn't feel like learning to read papers. All the poor people who are on the street and just sitting there while we eat. Should have showed up. I stepped in front of the camera when I first got my thing of beer and said, "Y'all didn't come here. It's y'all lost. It's chapter 9 beer." And I put on an email to cancel the 9 beer. We're going to have more people. It's pretty good. We're not set yet.
I was going to ask, I think like me, like your second year, I really never knew it.
Oh, hell.
Brian, congratulations. Nobody. Don't worry, you can still go back. I like the picture of the Halloween game. That's some good stuff in there now.
I I know.
It was we're doing a live stream too. So there are people watching us eat right now. People watching us eat. Yeah. That's when I walk in front of the screen and go, you didn't show up. Look what you missed. Well, we're buying beer too.
And brownies.
Brisket beer and brownies. Can't beat that.
We went out for 8 beer. $200 pork set. We're going to take great guys.
Fish medicine. I heard I had a melee at the end of the game.
It wasn't melee, but you know, Gonzaga taking a knee. And the kid from Friendship jumped across and laid the dude out. Then we had a little scuffle. And we got in there, we threw offset fouls for the guys in the scuffle. Not for the kid himself. The same kid who was getting ready to lift one kid up and say, I'm going to I said, no, you lied. I said, you got to take a knee or I'll throw your ass out. He said, it's a live ball, ain't it? I said, yeah, but you said I'm throwing your ass out. He said, I said, all right, fine. See you.
He told you that. I guess he figured the season was over.
I threw your ass out. I'm like, you're done. And then at that point, because I threw the foul, I reset the play clock and I said, wind that thing, we're done. We're out of here.
Man, I had left before the action. They said, yeah, they got the fight. And I'm like, I ain't see that.
Did you like the there's no foul on the play, the player's shoe came off?
Yeah. I remember that they said it's the flag on the play, and then they said there's no flag on the play, that's the player's shoe. I said, oh. I mean, his shoe was yellow.
It was yellow, and when I saw it come off and it flew across my line, I'm like, who threw a flag? I'm looking at the umpire. The umpire still got his flag on. I'm like, what was that? I'm looking at the shoe. That was right looking at me. He's like, Aaron ain't throw that.
For the Federation, for the NFA test, they're wearing hats.
Yeah, they get a tricky kick out of
They're like, no, you came right on. There's no foul on the play. It's a player's shoe. Turn the microphone off, get right on the shoe up.
Hey man, mic on, chop it, let's go. Wait, you ain't talking. We got that game, man. We were waiting for the first game to finish. I got my game done 45 minutes fast in that first game. I tried it. I'm like, are you kidding me? She wasn't running a very up-tempo ball game. Let's put it that way. She did an alright job. She don't move very well, but she was just slow. The whole pace of the game was slow. Now, granted, maybe they threw the ball more, so I don't know, but because I didn't watch the whole game. You need to step it up. Ain't nobody. We don't get paid by the hour. I don't get paid by the hour, man. I get paid exactly the same if the game goes 2:15 or the game goes 3:30. I'm looking for her. Well, and she's just because she doesn't move very well, she's afraid to get caught up in the play. I totally understand. She's not going to work at the next level with that mechanics.
Everybody else has 15 years. Farewell to you. You know what Al told me the other day? She didn't know about, right?
Huh?
You know what Al told me Sunday?
What he said?
Yeah, they're gonna put something together and it's in our eye contract. We can think about that.
Good luck with
I
that.
knew you were going to play. They got a deal later. I'm gonna call.
We're gonna get the quote-unquote formal part of the meeting started in about 5 minutes. I just want to let everyone know, we're filling up 2 more pictures of Bud Light and 2 more pictures of Stella. And then that will be covered by the chapter. After those pictures are gone, anything else anyone wants,
It's on you.
sell it home. On your
We're done.
dime, nickel, quarter.
I didn't. I mean, how long has it been since we lost a guy? Like 3-4 years? 5 years? Because whatever the same year, the next year we picked up the IAC. We don't have the bodies. We don't have the bodies to do that plus all the other contracts we got. Unless he thinks we're going to lose another one. Our commissioner wants to go after the Intermod games in DC. Because we used to split it with Evo. But yeah, we'll get a bunch of Evo games. Because then we just had the sub games. Well, that's when you're borrowing anyway. That's when you're borrowing. That's what we from that. We didn't do that in week 0. Of course, we didn't do that. On Friday night, when we got a full slate up here, that's real tough.
So they still see that they probably still got a shot. They're smart.
I was hoping it would be my year. My year for state. I've got a state semi. I've got a state semi. By all accounts, we didn't get one game. DC game. And charters too. We had the charters already. You're not missing much. Yeah, well, actually, we lose a game because Perry Street played. That's one through a week that we get that. For 5 weeks.
We're waiting on the jury here. It's supposed to be.
Ice cream, ice cream.
On the hill. How are you?
Highlight. Pretty tapes.
Unless it's an attaboy.
Get their attention.
Yeah, we got to get Clemson there. We got to get Heffernan up here.
That's easier. Around the right, double check on cash. He actually cashed the check. This is one Pat wrote one last year. I don't think it ever hung out. I don't think Pat closed that account. I think it had
Ready to go? Let's go. All right, we're going to go ahead and call this soiree to an open.
Guys, ladies, gentlemen.
That way we can get back to the festivities. Really want to thank you all for coming out. Want to thank you all for a great season. But as we really get into this, I want to just take a moment to make sure that if you have a minute, reach out, talk to Rob Friedman. He lost his mother recently, last week. I got a call today, Michael Gaines, who was one of our newest officials. He lost his grandmother today. And what we really want to say is that family is important. Football certainly is big. But let's not forget family and friends, and then we have fellowship and football. So let's make sure, as Heffron would say, we keep the priorities that we have in order. I am pleased to report that Jim Pitko's son, who was seriously ill at the beginning of the season, is recovering. He was able to work a couple games towards the end. I know all are appreciative of your thoughts and prayers whenever they go through something. So thank you. I think that's it for my opening remarks, other than to thank Bill Dixon for getting us the facilities again tonight. I'll probably have a few more things to say when we get to ECAC updates and the kudos and other things, but that's enough for me.
Just want to say congratulations to all the new guys that made it to your first year-end meeting. Hope everybody's season went pretty well. Congratulations to everybody that worked that are going to be working bowl games or playoff games. Hopefully some of our guys that work playoff games are not done yet. Still a few more rounds to go. Other than that, I think we had a great season and look forward to getting back to it again next year.
Greg, you want to go ahead and
Yeah,
do the financial?
unless you guys have general comments to make.
No.
We'll cover the finances real quick. This will take just a minute. $4,000 in the bank today. We collected $6,355 in dues. We had 1,090 people worth of people who did not pay their dues. They will be dropped from the roster for next year. None of them are here tonight, or if you are, I want my money for the food that you just ate. All right. The big win this year was actually allowing payment by credit card. As an association, that cost us about $150 for the year, which was a reasonable expense for your convenience. We paid about $2,300 to the parent organization. I'm not sure what the structure of that is going to be next year, how that is. As far as upcoming expenses, I got to pay for tonight, so that hasn't hit the books yet. We're going to buy some additional equipment. This projector does not belong to the association, so we're going to buy our own projector and a nice set of speakers when we do film review. And then I have also not been paid for the hosting of the video of the film that we post up there, so that'll be at the end of the year. If you're interested in seeing the actual books and you're an accountant type person, you can certainly come take a look at the P&L and balance sheets. I've got them up here. But again, the bottom line up front, we continue in good financial shape, no major issues, and enjoy your beer and food.
Any questions for Aaron?
Can we take some of that money and buy some more beer?
Hey, the people that know Jews are all from Salisbury.
We might. I mean, we work for you. We don't lose sight of that.
As far as the beer goes, nobody leaves here with the beer. We don't have a license for on and off sale for the same bag. The only license we have is to drink beer here. So please don't go out the door with this beer.
There's 2 pictures.
Yeah. The other thing is we're not going to be out too late. But we do want to have just a little bit of time to fellowship and share some laughs and some jokes as we head into the holiday season. The funny thing about, or the interesting thing about this is that this season flew by. It really did, and we had a good season. And as quick as this season ends, we really want you to start recruiting for our February class that starts in less than 8 weeks. So make sure that you hit your high school associations. We're not worried about whether they're good enough. We'll find out whether they're good enough. Some who aren't good enough, under the tutelage of Jonah and Pat and Heffron and Glenn and Mike and others, and that 6 weeks class, may have potential that you didn't know about. Training does make a difference. Speaking of training, there is a little clinic, TBFOC, I'll shamelessly plug that, coming up in March. The registration is now open. With a brand new website as well.
Everybody registers, gets a free picture.
Yeah. There's, and I'll, yeah.
Just barely awake.
So there's nothing like getting training. So whether it's the TBFOC clinic, whether it's the Liberty Bell clinic, which I highly endorse, the Lehigh Valley, the Reno, what's the one? Gerald Austin down in Florida. It really doesn't matter which clinic you go to. You're going to get some good information, and you're going to get better than what you are now by going to listen to somebody who has some information that they can share with you. So while I'm partial to one, I endorse them all, and I encourage you to go out and participate in any one of those sessions.
Buy some golf balls.
Yeah, buy some golf balls. We do have a scholarship program. Some of our sales merchandise goes to sponsor others who cannot afford to go. Heffron has sponsored some folks.
Yeah, let me jump in on that sponsorship part. Listen, there's a lot of guys that come to the TBFOC clinic from far and wide. Some of these guys, as much of a struggle as it is for all of us, some people that just can't realize an opportunity. If you've got a few dollars laying around and you would like to kick in either a full ride, a partial ride, I know some people splitting, a guy to go to the clinic 2, 3, or 4 different ways. Get together with your friends, throw a few dollars in the kitty, and let's make something happen for somebody that comes from a very long distance away, or maybe even right here in our own backyard, okay?
Yeah, we do pay it forward, if you will. And the other thing is we also do things in a private way. We know that times have been difficult over the last few years. The economy has been down. It's kind of coming back around. But not everybody is in the same financial situation. Things happen in your private lives. If you need some assistance, bring that to our attention. Pat Holt is on the board. I'm on the board. Chris Keel is on the board. We have some good friends that are around that can talk on your behalf. And we're not afraid to do things for people that we know need assistance and who really could benefit from the additional training. I forgot Jonah back there as well. So,
how could you forget Jonah?
Well, Jonah's everywhere. I mean, I think he's worked. Would you work 20 games this year? I mean, I know he was like 2 games this week, 14 games last week. Will you work 4 different? I wasn't, yeah, I wasn't going there with that, but feel free. The other thing that I'll update you on is in terms of the recruiting aspect. You do know that we're going to lose Wesley, Salisbury, Frostburg. Wesley left this year. Salisbury and Frostburg are going to the NJAC. That's where they're all going. Heffron has done a great job of getting guys looked at by Milt. So don't worry about where you're going to work next year. We will find a way to have you work college football, whether it is for us or whether it's for Milt. Doesn't really matter. But we will find a way to get you on a college football field. Now, with that said, we'll have Alderson Broadus, we believe, coming back. We do have Coppin, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Gallaudet, Newport News, and more than likely Lewisburg will all come back. Bill Ward will look for other opportunities to, enhance our profile as far as where we go. But our biggest endorsement is your efforts on the field, and as far as I know, with the exception of maybe one coach who occasionally thought you weren't doing your best, he'll be with Milt next year. So.
He promised us he was going to be good.
Yeah, but he really had, one of the nice things about him is that he did provide us film. And hopefully you all really appreciate the level of effort that Aaron went out to put all of that film up. And then at the end of the season to link the play-by-play sheet to the film. So I think we should give Aaron a round of applause. I know that's what he does for a living, and we do pay for some things, but most of what he does is not charged at what he could charge or what he would charge on the open market. So it's always nice to acknowledge someone for what they do.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Now just tell my wife that.
The other thing, as far as ECAC, EAIFO business is concerned, our own Glenn Wilson will be in charge of the whole EIFO structure next year as the president, right? So
Actually, after his turn.
But it's probably happening at a very good time.
Yeah.
I know last year you know, when you look at the amount of money that we paid up to the EAIFO, we had a meeting last year and really decided to look at the budget and slash things to help keep dues low. So maybe you want to mention a couple things on that.
Yeah. So we're not going to have a directors meeting this year. We're going to do a directors conference call because after we thought about it, it was one of these things. We all flew to Providence, Rhode Island. We spent a day and a half up there. We met for 6 hours. We went out and had a nice meal, and really it was just an expense that wasn't really necessary because a lot of what we're doing is just repetitive stuff. It's the same stuff year after year. As I'm sure everybody knows by now, Philadelphia dropped their chapter last year. Before the end of this year, will send something out to the other directors of the other chapters to see what their statuses are, because there is some talk of other people dropping their chapters. The way we look at it here, and one of the things that we talked about, we just had a board meeting last week. We had barbecue last week too.
Yes, we did.
So it must be a theme. But one of the things we talked about is can we reduce the dues somehow, and we've got to figure out what we're paying into the EAIFO organization itself, and then what goes to the chapter. You know, some of the things that are changing is with rule books not being printed every year, we're not getting rule books all the time. We keep talking about it year after year, and now it's a reality for everybody, the CFO. As soon as you become a member of the CFO, you get a rule book. So why should we charge you an extra $7.23 or whatever it was for the rule book? You're getting that out of your dues to the CFO. What else can we do as a chapter? We've been talking about this for a long time, and we've really been remiss in it. We need to do more recognition. You look around this room, and we'll go through the kudos after this. There are a lot of people in this room right now that are working playoff games and working bowl games.
Somebody was waiting for that. Somebody was just waiting. That came way too fast.
And only one guy from West Virginia. So we want to be able to recognize that there are a bunch of us that spent a little bit of time in the Philadelphia chapter, and one of the things they do nicely is they give out a little Liberty Bell to everyone who works the playoffs, and it's just a token, but you know what? It's an important token, and it's one of those things where it recognizes what you did as compared to just standing in front of the room saying, here's the people that work playoffs. So we want to try to do that. We also want to keep our group intact. We know that if we were to say, we could say tomorrow, we're doing away with the EAIFO chapter. Now, some people would still have to be a part of it because Bill Ward requires it. Milt doesn't. I think right now it's worth the small investment to keep the chapter intact, to keep the training intact. And Robert's already touched on it. The training is the most important piece that we do here in this region. And I can tell you, when Bob and I go to these directors meetings and we talk about some of the stuff that we do, the 101 class up at Towson, or 201, whatever it is, and then the class that's held down in D.C., and all the different study groups. Bob has a study group that's with Jeff Pumphrey, and I know the guys on the Eastern Shore have their study group, and there's a study group in D.C., and there's a study group here, and there's a study group there. Yes, this is happening other places, but we've got a more concentrated focus on it, because what we're doing is we're starting from the bottom level, that 101 class, of taking people in the room and saying, here's the college rules. This is the difference between high school and college. This is what you need to be prepared for. So we're going to continue to do that. We'll continue to be a chapter. If that changes somewhere down the road, it changes somewhere down the road. But that is not the expectation. I want to continue on something Robert said about helping out. I want everyone in this room to know that if you can't pay your chapter dues, yes, we need our chapter dues. We want to be able to provide food. We want to be able to provide beer and maybe even some more beer. So we need that money. But you know what? You guys need the money more yourselves. And if it's the difference between you need what are our dues?
75.
You need the $75 to put food on the table, to help pay the mortgage, to pay the electric bill. Come talk to one of us confidentially, and we will just put it in the books that your dues are paid. Now, if everybody in this room contacts me tomorrow and says I can't pay my dues, well, but seriously, in 100% honesty, if you've got an issue and you can't pay your dues, and I know Milt Halstead does this, and I'm sure Bill Ward would do the same thing. If you can't pay your dues, we don't want to lose a good football official because you can't pay $75. And Bob Heffron will pay it out of his own pocket for you. He's got more than.
Gotta sell a house though.
Yeah. Talk to Stabile about that.
We'll get to you.
So that's really what we're doing as far as the directors, the direction of the EAIFL. Could it change over the next 12 months? It could. I think based on what we experienced at the last directors meeting, it's going to stay pretty much the same. So I think we've got a strong, flourishing chapter. I look around the room. I look at a lot of veteran faces. I look at a lot of new faces. Now, there are a lot of new people in this room, a lot of young guys, a lot of people that are just starting out in college football, and I think our chapter is very viable for the future. So while I'm talking, I'm just going to skip through. We'll skip over the kudos for a minute. We'll go right to elections.
All right.
Because it's good to be the director.
Yeah.
So as everybody knows, if you've read the emails, Aaron's done a great job getting the information out there. Everybody but me is up for election. Okay?
Not up for election.
Yeah, I got a shock last week because I found out that I'm not up for election until the end of 2016. I thought it was the end of 2015. But
Actually,
17.
oh no, that's right, 16.
16.
I got it wrong. I made a mistake.
I thought it was 18.
Stop. Stop. So
Mayor for life.
Here,
That's a great. Mayor, go ahead.
director for life. So we have not gotten any additional names as candidates. So what I'll do is I'll start out first with the director's position that's open. This is a 4-year position. So it will expire at the end of 15, 16, 17, 18, 2018. Bob Heffron is in the position now. I'll open the room up. Are there any other candidates for the position of director?
Move close nomination.
We got a close and we got a second. Your director through 2018, Bob Heffron.
And now he'll publicly declare that the next picture is on him.
Free home warranties for everybody.
Next up, we have president. I will tell all of you, and I think I say this at just about every meeting, what this guy does for our chapter is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. The way he works with Bill Ward, the way he works with our coaches, the way he works with everyone associated with what the Southern chapter does. I think probably, well, I was going to say I have the easiest job, but you probably have the easiest job because you just say yes, Robert. But everything that Robert does, and a lot of it goes unnoticed. It really does until this year when he got, what'd you get, 8 postseason games? One more coming. Well, yeah, one more coming. So we'll open up for the president, which is a 1-year term. Do we have any other nominees?
Second.
We got to close in a second. Your president through the end of 2015, Robert Schroeder. Next position is yes man. Our vice president, Mike Peel. Again, I'm not completely sure what the vice president does. He comes to the meetings.
He goes to Frostburg at the end of the season.
That's true.
And sits up in the booth.
That's true.
I never want to do that again.
Yeah. So I'll open it up. Vice president, do we have any nominees?
Second.
We got to close in a second. Your vice president through the end of 2015, Mike Peel.
That's 3 pictures so far.
And lastly, our secretary treasurer,
Webmaster.
Yeah. Let me let everybody know in advance. If you have any thought about becoming secretary treasurer, Pat Holt can verify this. Aaron had a lot more hair when he started this. This is probably
Actually,
the
less hair, but I had more gray hair.
Right. other than Robert's position, this is probably the toughest position because Aaron, Pat, when he did it, do an unbelievable amount of work between record keeping, between web hosting, all our documentation, everything that we share, everything that we communicate comes through them. So I will open the room up one more time for nominees for Secretary Treasurer.
Second.
We got to close and we got a second. Your Secretary Treasurer, Aaron Chauncey.
I think the only thing he has to do to make sure that he has his job is to continue to make sure that the order for urban barbecue is correct.
Better believe that.
All right, so we got the elections out of the way. We'll turn it over for kudos.
I have a couple of things lined up here.
Okay.
For the folks that that actually had pictures of their crews, here's our ECAC Southeast Bowl crew at Stevenson. So Marty, Robert Straughter, Zarnez, Ralph, Eric, Brian, and Lou. Division III first round at Mount Union. Mr. Peterson, Mr. Jackson, and Mr. Green.
They look cold.
First round Division III at Hampton City at Wesley, and I'm told that the horn did not sound on the scoreboard for the first time ever. Or
Jeff.
whatever. Mr. McGrath, Mr. Marcus, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Sikowski, and Mr. Peel. Division II, LIU Post, Virginia State, Marshall Gross. South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Mr. Lamartina, the referee.
So Wisniewski there?
That's Wiz.
Is it?
Yeah, he's,
Very right.
Yeah, far right. Mike Hill is a past member of our chapter also.
Okay. I do not have a picture and neglected to have the crew list. Our folks who worked the NCFA Mid-Atlantic Conference Championship with UMES. I believe it was Tom's crew.
Tom, who else worked with you?
Mr. Delaney, who worked with you.
Me and Tom.
Anybody else work the game that was there? Stand up. There we go. We got Yeah, Jim's back there.
Zach. And last but not least, second round, Division I FCS, Liberty and Villanova.
They look pretty dry there.
Mr. Byers, the umpire, and our own Bob Heffron on the wing. So if any of you guys are friends with Bob or Pat or Rob Miller on Facebook, we have this this little gem here. It kind of started a caption contest. Caption this picture.
What the hell are you talking about, Coach?
You're gonna be out of real estate.
Well, so here were some of the suggestions.
Want an extended warranty?
Damn those foul I wrote on my palm are gone. Curse you, Mother Nature, because it looked like it was pouring that night. Sir, if you step back into my office, I got a property to show you. You and your family will love. Football's a simple game, all about blocking and tackling. And I appreciate it if you return to your coach's box. No, Coach, the L on my back does not stand for loser. You know me. I know real estate. You want a fresh one? A couple more. Coach, if your credit score was just a little higher than the yards your defense gives up, I could get you into that 5-bedroom house. All I can do for you now is a 3-bedroom bath and a half with an unfinished basement. That was my personal favorite. Coach, I'm trying to tell a story here. That's what I teach all of my pupils.
That's right.
So you want to unfriend me? That's not how it works. What do you mean, do I like your new car? We're supposed to close in 2 weeks. So there you go. Those were some of the winners on Facebook of captioning this. So what actually was that discussion, Bob?
I have no clue.
So that's all I have for the kudos. I'm sure there are other people that
Yeah, let's kind of work our way up. Let's start at the high school level. Anybody work a playoff game in Northern Virginia, in Virginia State, in the state of Virginia? Stand up, say what you did, and
Go ahead. They work the most. Go ahead.
Go on, eat.
I mean the beer's getting warm, guys. So just
Tom, speak on behalf of your crew. What? Speak on behalf of your crew. You've never been shy before.
We want to, when we go to first round. Yeah, we had James River at Hilton, a number 8 seed against the number 1. Opening kickoff, onside kick, recovered by the kicking team. First play from scrimmage on Hilton, they fumbled the ball. James River scored, and number 8 upset number 1.
Wow.
Our score was 13-8. So, and then we had Broad Run play Briarwood. Briarwood has only been playing football for about 6 years, and they 3-time defending champ. Went down to a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. Pass was knocked away. Broad Run's in 7. So that was another good game. So we worked the first 2 rounds.
some of you may or may not know, but Dwayne Marcus is the state interpreter for the District of Columbia. So, Mr. Marcus, if you want to recognize the folks that you know worked in D.C., why don't you do that?
Thanks, Bob. Unlike years past, I did not assign the crews that were awarded to. Unlike in years past, I didn't personally select the officials. We awarded the games to the board, Eastern Board of Officials, Washington District, and my own board FISO. Aaron was our referee in the
Double-A semifinal.
Anyone else?
Anyone else who is on that crew that's in this room? I don't think so. No, but it was a fun game. I had to throw out a knucklehead on the last play of the game on a kneel down. But, you know. It was dumb. It's a good game. It's not even 19.
Anybody over on the shore work Delaware or Maryland first round, and then we'll come over close at home. Anybody work a Maryland state playoff game?
We did. Frederick Douglass from PG County against South Carroll at Oxon Hill High School.
They made you drive all the way up here for that?
Semifinals.
It was at South Carroll.
Oof. That was at Oxon Hill, he said.
It was at Douglas.
You had to get the 18-pack, huh?
Anybody else work Maryland playoff game? I know Marty, Alexa, and I worked one of those rounds.
Damascus and
I did Damascus and
Linganore.
And Marty had Northwest and
Speak up, son.
Northwestern Quinch Orchard.
Northwestern Quinch Orchard.
Rob Miller.
Morris and I worked the first round game on the Pools. Playoffs.
Hey, Pools going to make playoffs for a while.
I worked first round, second round, and the state championship.
I worked the second round.
They still got the barbed wire up there? I ain't been up to Poly in about 15 years.
Anybody else?
Rob?
First round, state playoff for Western High School versus Emerson.
Come on, Miller, stand up.
All right, here.
First round, we had somebody in Hereford. Hereford lost because of
Say what now? Bet you're lucky we ain't in Oklahoma. They be suing.
Anyone else?
For a state championship, headlines,
I'm sorry, line judge, excuse me. Drewski.
I got a chance to work the first round in a double overtime game, Kent County at Havre de Grace. Visitors won that game, and then I worked the 2A final on the headlines as well.
All right. Say, we got to watch you on TV with the worst football announcers in the world.
In the four down range.
Is Jim Vance still with the chapter? Is Jim Vance still with the chapter?
He's alumni.
Junior? Senior.
Senior?
I worked the first 2 rounds with Jim Vance.
He's retired from college.
Okay. I didn't know if he was still on.
Jimmy B.
With Jimmy B, yeah.
All right, so we've got, yeah.
The NIAA conference championship between Gilman and McDonald.
Any Catholic League?
Yeah, anybody work the Catholic League playoffs?
Yeah, Horace did, yeah.
So I did, what did I have? DeMatha and Gonzaga, I think. DeMatha, Gonzaga.
I guess some of our bowl guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan, how about some of the bowl announcements?
No, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Calm thyself.
All right, so I think we've covered everything at the high school level. Did we miss any at the high school level? I don't want to miss anybody on any level. All right, let's move up one level. How about college championship games? How many of those do we have out here?
Conference championship game?
Yeah.
I worked the Division II PSAC championship. Bloomsburg and Slippery Rock.
And one of my other ones, I did the CIAA championship game.
Say, you work more games than Joe.
No, nobody works more games than Joe. Anybody else have conference championship? Division II, Division III, Division I? Did we cover all of the playoff games? I know I didn't send the crew picture in, but we were up at Concord round 2. Pretty good game, Concord and Westchester. Yes.
That's not up in Concord, that's over in Concord.
Ran you.
I didn't think anybody in West Virginia knew anything about geography or geometry.
Different story.
It's actually southwest.
I just know it took us a long time to get there. Thanks to Marshall for trying to tell us how to get there. You know, you go to Georgia Tech and make a right and keep driving, or you can go around the mountain and up the stream. Anything else on that level? So now we go up to Division I, and we get to talk about bowl assignments. So we've got Pat Holt, who's working where?
I have the Alamo Bowl on January
2nd. Pre-game on New Year's Eve.
And then we've got Jonah, where are you? Or how many times are you out there?
Las Vegas Bowl.
And are you working more than one position at the... Are you going to work referee, center judge, and back judge all at the same time, or? All right. Did we miss anybody? No. I dare say that over half the room, probably 75% of the room, worked postseason at some level somewhere. So that means you're a good group of officials. So continue to get better. What else we got?
Yes?
Now that you're president, they'll give you a ball.
I don't have any. The only piece of new business, I guess you want to call it that we have. Danny, did you want to say something about your cause that you're supporting, and you're asking for support?
Yeah, I'm up here. Okay, so Mr. Stroh sent out a little memo concerning a young lady whose daughter is trying to go somewhere. I don't really know where. I forgot. So we can read Straw's email. But what we said we were going to do at the last meeting, this is a young lady who works in a building up in D.C. where we actually meet. And we were trying to get some money. She's trying to go across country. It's a student. Did y'all read it? Let me try to find it right quick. Let me read it. Can you read it, Aaron?
I'll find it. I try. Yeah, except it's going kind of slow right now. It's because I'm trying to stream at the same time. What's up, Brett Hoffman? All right.
Right, so while Aaron looks for that, from the side of the new business, are there any questions from the membership? Any outstanding items or issues or anything you need an answer from the directors, the president, the vice president?
Here it is.
Okay. There we go.
Also, while they're doing that, I do want to take a second to thank TC and Danny and Bill for providing our meeting space this year, whether it was out in that nice facility up the street from our other barbecue burger joint. Danny, DCMV, and Bill out at Good Counsel. So we want to thank them for giving us those meeting spaces. Little to no cost to us, so we thank them for those efforts as well. If you think we need more meetings, let us know. If you think we need less meetings, we're not going to entertain that.
Okay, so very briefly, at our November meeting, we talked about this for a young lady that works in the building where we meet. Her daughter has been chosen because she's an honor roll student to participate in a program called People to People, which will allow her to go to Ireland, England, Wales, and France for 20 days. We were just trying to collect some funds just to assist her in this matter. As you can see down at the bottom, she's looking at about $8,000 to actually go, and her parents and family and friends have to help out to get there. So what we would like to do is just whatever contribution you can make, help somebody. That's all.
Put that in the back.
Yeah, put it back in the back.
Put it in the back.
And if you did not sign in when you came in here, folks, the sign-in sheet is over on the table over here. Please make sure you get credit for being here.
All right, so back to the open items, the new business. I'll ask the question one more time. Any questions from the membership? Anything you guys want to see the chapter do differently? And as always, if you have questions that you don't want to ask in front of the room, pull one of us aside, talk to us individually.
Do you want to come back here in May for the business meeting and perhaps a golf outing? We tried that. It kind of fizzled this year, but.
Me and my golf play. All right. Mr. President, you want to make the closing remarks?
Yeah, I just would like to wish all of you and yours a very happy holiday season, and look forward to seeing you. And just want to also recognize our special guests in the back. You made our festivities a lot more pleasant.
Classing up the joint.
Yeah, really.